superb grip and excellent braking at high speed. We at Dunlop do our testing under extreme motorsport conditions. Inside Racing is brought to you by Dunlop.
Hello and welcome to the latest edition of Inside Racing. Today we meet a pacey roan lady in the male world of motorsport. But first, motorcyclists and Le Mans legends in the Sirocco R Cup. 2 fast race weekends on Inside Racing. Legends in the Volkswagen Sirocco R Cup. This year at the Lausitzring, Max Neukirchner, Alex Espargaro, Dirk Rauders and Ralf Waldner, motorbike racers. And at the Nürburgring, Frank Bieler, Jan Lammers, John Nielsen and Marc Duez, Le Mans champions, all with a common passion, motorsport. The car is part of me and the left front wheel is my left leg, the other my right leg and so on. The car becomes part of your body. Whether you're taking part here in the Sirocco Cup or driving around for 20 minutes indoors with a hi-hat go-kart, as soon as the visor comes down, the racing driver is back and it's just great fun. The wonderful thing about riding bikes is the determination always to be the best, and you do really battle too. Even when you're not on the track, you always want to be the fittest, and that's what drives you on inside. You're determined to show everyone that you're the best. Motorbike riding's simply unique. It's like the way a cowboy rides out in the evening on his horse. You can compare it to that. At the Lausitzring, Ralf Waldmann is the fastest of the legends in 10th, despite some minor misunderstandings. I think I pressed push to pass 9 times going through the corners. It certainly gave me quite a shock. In the end, I had nothing left. Alex also said that he couldn't understand why I kept using it in the corners. I've evidently kept knocking the button as I turned the wheel, but despite that, it all went well and I was even pretty quick. Waldmann finishing just ahead of Alex Espargaro. The switch from 2 to 4 wheels, no problem for the motorbike legends in the main. One detail, however, did catch one of them out. I was caught napping at the start. I was looking everywhere for the red light and couldn't see it. Then suddenly everyone drove off and I thought I'd better hit the gas too. I was really caught sleeping. It could have been much better. Then I had to reel the field in from the back. Up front, it's all happening. The 3 top drivers, Lloyd, Mobley and Lisowski, pushing it to the limit. And from mid-race on, the lead changes almost every lap, depending on when each driver uses his push to pass. After temporarily losing the lead, Daniel Lloyd is ultimately the best. In the black Sirocco, he takes the lead 2 laps from the end and thus secures his first win in the Sirocco R Cup.
I'm over the moon, I'm so happy. It's been a tough season. It started off great at Hockenheim, had a really tough one at the Red Bull Ring, and it just feels so good to have a win here. It's absolutely amazing, really good.
2 weeks later at the Nürburgring, another premiere. This time, Ola Nielsen is the happy man winning from pole.
It's just an incredible feeling. Perfect race, pole position in the qualifying, and managed to stay in front all the way through, despite I had some, Stefano and Mateusz was chasing me, but just a perfect race.
Just before the end, the duel of the race, Lisowski versus Proetto. The former in silver with a surprise attack, but Proetto's counter gives him second place.
Lisowski
had applied his push to pass on the back straight, so I saw he'd used it and all I had to do was shut the door. But then I braked too late and nearly went into Nielsen, into his car, but yeah, it all ended up well. And in the case of the legends, Frank Bieler ahead of Jan Lammers in 9th and 10th. John Nielsen in 7th, the fastest of the Le Mans champions. It's always nice, of course, to beat your old rivals. Indeed, that's why I'm here. But I'm also here to have fun, and I've had both. An emotional roller coaster. Ultimately, a Nielsen and a Nielsen end up on top, and yet somehow also on the deck. Now, Inside Racing meets the next generation of German motorsport. the Vettels and Schumis of tomorrow doing the Dunlop grip test. These lads here want to prove themselves. They want to understand these black beauties. They want to get to the top and leave the rest in their wake. Hi, my name's Pascal Wehrlein and I'm 16 years old. This is my first year at the Deutsche Post Speed Academy. So my name's Max Sandruter.